willing to do, but will not. The American people have to render a judgment about Donald Trump's behavior. The American people must decide whether Donald Trump's assault on our democracy on January 6th makes him unfit for public office in the highest office in the land. The American people must decide if Trump's embrace of violence to preserve his power is acceptable. Perhaps most importantly, the American people must decide if they want to entrust the president once again, the presidency, to Donald Trump, now knowing he'll be even more emboldened to do whatever he pleases whenever he wants to do it.
This is so cool, man.
You know, at the outset of our nation, it was the character of George Washington, our first president, that defined the presidency. He believed power was limited, not absolute. And that power always resides with the people, always. Now, over 200 years later, with today's Supreme Court decision,
it's like a damn fundraising
once
email.
Again, it'll depend on the character of the men and women.
Republicans made murder legal. Please get out there and vote. Donate $5 to Nancy Pelosi's re-election fund.
Because the law will no longer do it. I know I will respect the limits of the presidential powers I have for 3.5 years. But any president, including Donald Trump, will now be free to ignore the law. I concur with Justice Sotomayor's dissent today. Here's what she said. She said, in every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. With fear for our democracy, I dissent. End of quote. So should the American people dissent. I dissent. May God bless you all, and may God help us. That's it?
Oh, that's great, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's fantastic, guy. All right, everyone, from our resounding here. Hey, where's the Act Blue QR code in the bottom left corner so that we can scan it with our phones and donate to the DNC? Yeah, okay, yep, all right, okay, thank you, guys. All right, yep, there we go. This is why I wasn't answering people in chat who were like, hey, what do you expect them to say? Because I've been here before. Oh my God. That's great. I'm glad the literal, like, king above the law, you know, presidential immunity for insurrectionary attempt decision from the, like, criminally corrupt Supreme Court warrants an entire 2 minutes. He came down from Camp David early for that. Motherfucker should have sent a text. Could have tweeted his response. You came down to from Camp David for that? Jesus Christ. It was all about Trump. Because again, the liberal obsession with civility politics and institutional trust prevents him from saying what is true, that the Supreme Court is a partisan and corrupt institution that has torn away at the fundamental presumption that everyone is beneath the law. But he can't mention that because, like, oh, that's scary. That would throw into doubt, like, the validity of the institution, you know? The American people must choose. Like, no actual, like, statement of meaning or purpose. No actual, like, yeah, this is wrong and we will stop it. No, of course not. That'd be... He did the "Who is this president? I'd like a word with him" meme. Yeah, honestly, that's like everything, you know? Surprised he didn't break into a Hamilton song. Yeah, no, except in Hamilton, the main characters did things, is the thing. What is he then? Burr? You know? Insane, genuinely. I was happier minutes ago. It's nice to have them go out there and remind us, like, you know, why should we care if he does? That's great. I love that. Why did I plan a second stream for this? Why am I here? Hello? Why are any of us here? Why should any of us vote, man? Like, okay, if they could give this few shits, like, we're voting what, out of, like, due diligence, the goodness of our heart? Genuinely, every vote that we cast in favor of Joe Biden in November is like a gift. It's like a generous, undeserved gift. It's like a blessing, you know? We're like doting parents who are not giving up on our kids. Joe Biden is to Hunter Biden what we are to Joe Biden. Way to earn that vote, Biden? Yeah, it didn't even have the goddamn QR code. I don't even know what to say. It's fundamentally, the Democrats have completely forgotten how to use power. This is why it feels like Trump gets to do whatever he wants and Joe Biden can't do anything. Because a lot of the power that Donald Trump wielded as a president and continues to wield as a private citizen and former president is the bully pulpit. The ability for him to get on top of a soapbox and scream about what he wants. I tweeted this, but I think it's meaningful. Why do you think Every Republican can name Donald Trump's major accomplishments, highlights, and like desired projects, right? Alleged or otherwise. MAGA, border, inflation, China, like that. You go up to any Republican voter, they've got the blueprint. They've got the basic understanding of what Trump represents. Are they wrong? Yes. Is Trump bad? Yes. But he has effectively communicated the message. Now I ask you, if you went up to your average Democrat, do you think they would be able to explain Biden's major successes and his policy goals that aren't just he'll stop the Republicans from doing what they want to do? So you can't mention abortion because Joe Biden didn't do anything with abortion. The conservatives did. Hard to mention the border, considering that Biden's losing on that front. What, jobs? Just some vague, like, you could talk about infrastructure, sure. But the bill passed. What's next? Any Trump voter can tell you what's next for Trump. It's easy for them. They just scream MAGA, border, China, inflation, right? What about Biden? For the most part, when people on the left, I mean left of center, talk about what Biden is going to do, what he has done, they talk about stopping what the Republicans have done. Even Biden talks that way. Biden and the Democrats constantly frame their candidacy as a force to prevent the Republicans from doing the bad things they want to do, but not as an active agent attempting to put forward their own series of changes. And that's, of course, because the liberals are institutionalists. They don't like populism. They don't like rocking the boat. They like staying the course. And we see it now, like the consequences of this inaction borne about in polling and in policy. Some people remember his workers' rights stuff. I still think it's interesting that even in my community, where you guys are probably more politically educated than the media in America, and I hope so at least, people say stuff like, the infrastructure bill, he did good stuff for unions. These aren't policy positions. These are footnotes, tidbits. These are examples of things that happened. Where are we headed, Biden? What is the direction? What is this all for? I think for a lot of people, it's just staying the course. To the grave? Oh, yeah, certainly. Doesn't help that he didn't keep hardly any of his campaign promises, like the public option, decriminalizing marijuana fully, student loan business. Though he, in fairness, people misrepresent, he did try with the student loan business. People often give him shit for that. He actually did, like, he was stopped multiple times in different ways on that one. So that's, you know, not hard enough. It wasn't just one and done. I mean, he tried 2-3 different methods, and yeah, no, I'm not going to give him too much crap for that one. In a bunch of other ways, though, yeah, he's let people down. I don't like how he says he's going to protect abortion rights when he gets elected again, if he gets elected again, because how is he going to do that exactly? He doesn't have Congress. How is he going to put forward federal protection for abortion rights? That's another thing Biden and the Democrats don't do. They never give you Hail Marys. Donald Trump was constantly doing shit of questionable legality to try to get his agenda done. The Democrats won't lift a finger unless they have a completely clear pathway ahead of them. They never force the issue. In an environment where there's so much partisanship and institutional corruption and like do-nothing attitudes, the idea that you would only make a move when the path is clear is insane. Like, you're just giving up on power then. I really wanted Dark Branded to reemerge today. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening. The purpose of a system is what it does. I know that. I'm telling you all that, yeah? It's accusatorially, because that phrase, the purpose of a system is what it does, has always been really smarmy, right? Like, even if it's true, it's really smarmy, like, yeah, of course, because the purpose of a system is what it does. And like I say, I know, you're not wrong. It's just, with the overturning of Chevron plus this immunity BS, do you think they're already implementing Project 2025? No. Project 2025 is a Heritage Foundation roadmap intended for the transition to the Trump administration from Biden's, where they are trying to sort of gut the administrative state. The vast majority of the sauce behind the administrative state is, behind Project 2025 involves using the power of the presidency, which of course Donald Trump does not have at the moment. Yeah, this is a good runway for Project 2025. It's a setup for Project 2025. Do you think Trump will refuse to